All right, let me give you guys the ultimate process for creating content in today's day and age. I've been personally, I jumped on YouTube in 2008, started growing my YouTube channel to 50K subs by the time I was 16 years old, teaching other people how to do Adobe After Effects. Maybe some of you guys are actually watching from all the way back then. And I quickly started to realize as I then went to film school and fell in love with video production and fancy lighting and cameras and got addicted to purchasing and buying more gear, I quickly realized that it does not matter how good your content is if you don't have a process to get it in front of the right people, and of course also to make sure the content actually does what it's intended to do. It shouldn't just look good, it should get people to take some form of action in most cases, right? 99% of the cases you're going to be producing some form of marketing content, right? That's going to be used to get the attention of your market so you can then convert that attention into leads, appointments, sales. And if you don't have a process that systematically helps you do that and come up with the ideas and push content out in the right way and with the right strategies to get the right content in front of the right person at the right time, then you're basically wasting your time, right? So that's where over the past 4 years now, I've been working one-on-one with other video producers, filmmakers, agencies, helping them really get into this whole content retainer model where instead of selling one-off videos, you actually help the clients with what they really need, which is consistent content, as I just said, for the right person at the right time, right, with an actual strategy to get that in front of them, right? Whether it's basic paid advertisements, right? And you'd be surprised, sometimes you just install that Facebook pixel tracking code on your client's website and you can run basic retargeting ads, which 9 out of 10 businesses are not doing. They're just like, it could literally be $5-10 a day, and now that content stays in front of them, right? You know, those ads that follow you around the internet. It's basic stuff like that sometimes that can have a huge leverage, right? Where you then combine that with the right strategy to create the right content, right? So that's what I'm going to kind of give you the high level overview here in this video. But before I do so, just one quick question or ask to you is, I'm going to be dropping a full-on course, free course on this whole concept here, and again I'm going to show you in just a second how to get access to this whole document here. But before you do so, please fill out this quick survey here. That's actually also how you're going to just automatically get this sent here. And I just want to get a quick pulse check for where you guys are at right now. What is it that you mainly want to be learning, your goals, your problems, roadblocks, so you can help me kind of put this full course together, right? So that's where, if you're not in the community yet, make sure to do so, right? As soon as you hit level 2, you're going to get this course unlocked in the classroom right there. And I've been kind of having the slow start to the year as I've been heavy building, right? We got a bunch of new members here waiting to jump in, so the party is gonna heat up here very soon. Make sure to jump in. Please go ahead and drop your questions that you have in the community. Start engaging with others. That way you get to actually level up and unlock all the goodness in the classroom, right? So enough of that out of the way, right? Fill out the quick survey. That's how you get the document here as well. Help me put together that free course that's going to drop very shortly here. And yeah, let me just give you guys the 80-20 overview here, right? Basically, here's the reason why most people fail with their content, right? They kind of skip the initial stages where, like, worst part is most video producers, when they work with their clients, they're literally just creating the content. They're taking the order, right? Hey, the client wants a video, here's the video, and that's it, right? But there's all of these other steps that you need to go through, right? And I'm going to just go through on a high level here, and then again, make sure to join the community, engage, level up, so you get the full sauce as well. So basically, before you do anything, you got to figure out, who the hell is this piece of content even for? Why would people watch it? What's the end goal, right? Like, what are the different types of target personas? If you're selling a vegan product, right? I've been plant-based myself for 4 to 5 years. And if you want to sell me a vegan product, I'm not going to buy it because I'm saving the animals. I love animals. I've got 8 chickens, got plenty of cats. We used to have goats here on the property as well. But again, you're not going to get me with that angle because I'm more of the kind of health conscious buyer, right? Then there's other people that buy because more so they're activists, right? So the same product might have different target personas, right? There's also different stages of buyer awareness. Make sure to check out my video that I've recently uploaded on YouTube on the 5 stages of buyer awareness, because people, again, not everybody is ready to whip out their credit card right now. Some people might not even be aware that they have a problem that your product or service can solve for them, because at the end of the day, right, that's the idea. What we do here is really try to speak the language of the target market and connect it to your product or service in a way where when we then produce the content, we speak exactly to where these people are at, where they want to go, right? We know exactly how they tick, what are their beliefs, values, fears, internal objections they may have, right? Like video producers, content creators telling me like, hey, I suck at sales, I don't know how to do this, right? External objections might be, oh, there's so much competition. What about all these kids with a camera that can do it for cheaper, right? So what are the factors that they blame, inside or outside? And these are things that we can systematically then tackle with the content that we produce, right? So that is always step one, is really diving into who are these people and what makes them tick, what keeps them up at night, what's the things that they actually think about as they go through their day-to-day life, the symptoms that they're experiencing because of the problems that your product or service can solve, right? And that's what we can then communicate in the content that we do. And that's where we want to look at, like, what are other people in the market doing, right? We want to do some market and competitor research, figure out what are the top players in the market doing, maybe even look at some adjacent markets, right? One of my clients, he started working with a brand called Volcanica Coffee. They're selling coffee on a subscription basis, and I told them to, hey, maybe also take a look at brands like Athletic Greens. They're really crushing it with their marketing. They're selling supplements, not coffee, right? But they're also selling them on a subscription basis. So look at like the direct competitors, indirect competitors, what are other people selling to the same target market, and look at what their marketing strategy looks like, right? You can look on Facebook ads library, Google ads, you can see what kind of ads that they're running, what kind of messaging that they're using, right? Where are they driving the traffic to? Check out their Instagram, what's the top performing content? Are they pushing content out on TikTok? What's the top performing content there? Kind of reverse engineer some of those content types, angles, frameworks, and messaging that they're actually using, right? And only once we have that data, once we know who is it that we're going after and what is it that worked in the past for the client and other similar types of businesses to attract this type of target persona, only then we can decide where the hell are we actually going to be posting the content, right? What are the distribution channels that we're going to be posting on? Does it maybe make sense to start pushing out content on Pinterest if we're trying to target like middle-aged women selling some accessories or something, right? Does it make sense to push the content out on LinkedIn if it's like a heavy B2B brand, right? One of my clients recently started working with like a heavy industrial company that they're selling like $60,000 to $150,000 contracts for these industrial bearings, right? So that's where maybe a platform like LinkedIn makes sense, right? But this all comes from the market research and knowing the target persona, right? Then you can figure out where are we going to be pushing this content out. Are we going to maybe also run some paid advertisements as well, right? Are we going to push paid ads on the Meta platform, right? Facebook and Instagram, maybe TikTok, right? Maybe YouTube, right? So this is the decisions that you can then make at this point. And once you have those decisions, only now you can start thinking about content, because based off those platforms and channels, right, those are going to determine the actual content formats or types that go onto the platform, right? Obviously, if you're pushing content out on Instagram, you're going to have photos, you're going to have videos, right? Probably not long form videos, right? There's carousels on there, right? I'll show you here in a second. There's a whole sorts of different content types and formats based on the platform, right? So first we figure out what is the business, right? Who are the different personas that we want to target the content for? Then we figure out the distribution channels, and only then we can figure out the different content types based on the platform or the channels that we push the content out, right? That kind of is the logical or chronological order that you need to go through. And once you've figured out the content types and all of the previous steps, now you can figure out the topics and angles that you can cover this content on. So this is what that could look like, right? We've got our different topics and subtopics, and then each of those subtopics we can come up with all of these different ideas, right? I help people with getting clients and marketing, right? I could have a subtopic of direct outreach, a subtopic of paid ads, right? And within direct outreach, I could talk about how do you find leads, right? How do you what's your outreach messaging, right? How do you set up an email campaign? How do you follow up with leads, right? So all of these different ideas I can then come up with, and each of those ideas I can now combine with different angles, right? I could go through like, hey, here's a how-to step-by-step video like the outreach masterclass that I've recently done, right? Here's a review on these cold outreach email platforms, right? Here's common myths and lies that people believe about cold outreach, right? Here's why cold outreach is actually easy if you do it the right way, right? All of these different angles, right? Here's a case study of how one of my clients just recently started printing meetings with 5% meeting booked rate on all his cold outreach campaigns, right? Here's the kind of step-by-step of how we done that, the case study. I could cover the same idea from all of these different angles, and not just that, but all the different content types. And the best part is if you now use AI to combine all of this. Let me just skip through here again. We're going to go through a full course here. Make sure you join the community to get access to it. But if we now combine this with the right engineered prompts and workflows, we can pretty much go through this entire process within like 2 hours or so. We're going to have the entire content plan mapped out, and not just that, we can use AI to create content in all of the various content types and formats as well. And that's just scratching the surface, of course, here. And don't even worry, like these prompts here, the way that we engineer them, we feed them context on the business, we feed them context on the target personas, we feed them context on the products and services, and then we can even use custom GPTs with knowledge files that have all the experience, maybe transcripts from calls that you've done, right? In my case, right, I can transcribe coaching calls and transcribe my YouTube videos and feed all of that as context into the AI with then like page-long prompts that actually take all of that, take the idea and spit out really good, high-quality content that nobody would see that it was written by AI. It is insane what's possible these days. And again, if you have not joined the community yet, make sure to do so. And if you did and you're interested in learning more about this, book a call with me, because I'm going to be dropping something insane here very soon here, and we're going to be continuously raising the pricing of my one-on-one Done With You program, right? It's not just some disconnected group coaching calls and like you get access to some courses, like me in the trenches helping you systemize, fully build all of these things out for you, right? Whether it's content automations like this here, client acquisition systems, your service delivery, right? You name it. So again, book a call with me below, join the community, and make sure you fill out that form that I linked up as well, and I'll see you guys on the other side, and you get the link to this document as well. Take care, guys. Peace.